Okay, all right. I'm going to record so that if you have anyone that couldn't be on, then I will send this recording to you. Okay, let me share screen again. Okay, so here we go from the beginning again. Okay, so us at corporate, we looked at all the top coaches in the network, and we're like, what are they all doing that they have in common? They're all growing their teams, their income, their volume, their rank advancing. Like, what are they all doing? And this is how we created the Premier Goal Guide. We found out that the coaches were doing these things, and they were all successful because of it. So this is how we created the Premier Goal Guide. There are 3 requirements for them, all right? The first is you need to be a paid 2-star diamond or higher for at least 1 bonus week in December 2017, all right? These little asterisks right here, these are the bonus weeks that count, okay? 12-6, 12-13, 12-20, and 12-27. Those are the bonus weeks that count. Like, let me tell you a super sad story. One of my coaches, she hit 2-star diamond on December 1st last year. She had 150 elite points, advanced her 2 diamonds. You guys, December 1st was not a bonus week. The bonus weeks last year were the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th. So she hit it on the 1st, but she lost it, and that did not count. And I felt so bad. So make sure that you put a big, huge red X around these, that you X them out so that you know these are the bonus weeks, all right? Number 2, you have to have a minimum of 2 personally sponsored coaches reach diamond or higher for the first time in 2017, and have at least 2 of them hold the rank of diamond or higher for at least 1 bonus week in December 2017. Once again, those little asterisks, these bonus weeks are these right here: 12-6, 12-13, 12-20, and 12-27. You guys, this part here means you have to have a minimum of 2 personally sponsored coaches reach diamond or higher for the first time. What that means is that every single year you have to have at least 2 new diamonds. Say, for example, one of my coaches, she was 2-star. She had like 150 elite points. She only advanced 1 new diamond, you guys. So you have to advance at least 2 new diamonds per year to be elite or premier. We had some 5-star diamonds that didn't advance 2 new diamonds, so they weren't elite. We had some 10 stars that didn't advance 2 new diamonds, so they weren't elite. We had some 15 stars. So you guys, these top coaches who are like elite 3 and 4 and 5 and 10 times, they are working their butts off just like you, because every single year they start with 0 elite points and they start with no new diamonds, all right? Number 3 is you have to earn a total of 135 points from any combination of points from the 4 elite point categories. So you guys, the difference between premier and elite, or if you're a premier coach, you only have to be 2-star diamond. If you're an elite coach, you have to be 5-star diamond. If you're a premier coach, you just have to have a total of 135 points. We don't care if they all come from category number 1, if they all come from category number 2, or all come from category number 3. We don't even care. We just want you to have a total of 135. Now with elite, there's minimums and maximums from the 4 categories. All right, so those are the only differences. Let me tell you how you earn these elite points. Category number 1, it's your coaches from last year and this year hitting Success Club. You guys, is there too much background noise? Can you guys hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me, or is that too much background noise? Okay, perfect. Okay, so it's coaches from last year, your personally sponsored coaches from last year and this year hitting Success Club. All right, so say, for example, one of your personally sponsored coaches hit Success Club in January. So right here, one coach hits it. You hit it also because, you guys, if you're trying to grow your business, grow your team, grow your volume, grow your income, hitting Success Club for you is non-negotiable. All right, that's non-negotiable for you. So when you also hit it, you get to double those points. So 1 times 2 is 2. Now say, for example, 0 of your personally sponsored coaches from 2016 and 2017, say 0 of them hit it, but you still hit it. 0 times 2 is still 0. Dang it. So the only way you get elite points is if your coaches, personally sponsored coaches from last year or this year, hit Success Club. And when you hit it, you get to double those points. Let me tell you a story about my coach, Jamie. She went diamond in March, and she got into my elite report. And I noticed that she had all of these elite points. So I called her up and I said, Jamie, I said, you just went diamond. You have all these elite points. I think you could be premier or elite. I said, when did you become a coach? And she goes, 2 months ago in January. And I said, awesome. I said, that's amazing. And I said, all right. I explained to her what elite was and what premier was. And I said, you could be one. You could be an elite or a premier coach. I said, how many coaches right now do you have hitting Success Club? And she goes, not really any. She says, I really just built my diamond off of discount coaches, not really any. I said, all right, this month, I want you to focus on helping one of your coaches hit Success Club. The next month we talked, she's like, Lace, one of my coaches hit Success Club. And I was like, perfect, that's awesome. I'm like, now focus on helping 2. Next month we talked, Lace, I helped 2 coaches hit Success Club. You guys, she went from having an SC base of 0, which means your SC base is how many coaches you have on average hitting Success Club per month. She went from having an SC base of 0 to an SC base of 4. So by the end of the year, in that 9 months, she went from having an SC base of 0 coaches hitting it to having an average of 4 hit it every single month. You guys, she told me the next time we called, she goes, I was on a team call with Christina Delgado, who is a top coach in the network. You guys probably saw her on Summit. Christina Delgado was saying how she has an SC base of 10. And Jamie thought, no way. She left off a 0. She left off 2 zeros. She left off 3 zeros. There's no way Christina Delgado, a top coach in the network, has an SC base of 10. Guess what? Her SC base is 10. You guys, the top coach in the network, the Melanie Mitchells, the Bonnie Ingles, the Amy Silvermans, the Christina Delgados, they don't have an SC base of 100 or 1,000. They have an SC base of 10, of 12, of 15. They don't have an outrageous number of coaches hitting Success Club. It's that whole saying, how to eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. You can't eat the whole thing. It's way too big, but you eat it 1 bite at a time. How to get an SC base of 10? 1 coach at a time. You guys focus on helping 1 more coach every single month hit Success Club. Once you start helping 1, next time help 2. Once you start helping 2, next time help 3. Just increase that SC base by 1. And before you know it, you're going to go from an SC base of 0 to an SC base of 4, of 10, of 12. All right? That's category number 1. Category number 2, this is your personally sponsored coaches' personal volume. It's all of your coaches from this year, 2017, hitting Success Club. All right? Say, for example, in January, you bring in 1 coach, and their PSPV totals 300. Divide that by 500, you still get 0. All right, you still get 0. Now, say, for example, in February, you bring in 1 more coach. So between the coaches you brought in January, the coaches you brought in February, their PSPV now totals 600. Divide that by 500, and you get 1 elite point. All right, what happens to that extra 100 PSPV? It's a rolling total. You never, ever lose any PSPV. It's just a rolling total. All right, you guys? And every 500 points you get, or every 500 volume you get in PSPV, you get 1 elite point. I always say it is so important to just bring in coaches big time in the beginning months of the year. The January, the February, the March, April, May, June, these beginning months. Because you guys, a coach you bring in January will help you January, February, March, April. They'll help you all year long. All right? All year long. When your coach, your discount coach or whatever is put on Shakeology HD, when they're on Home Direct, every single month that Shakeology ships, you're going to see that 90 PV every single month. All right? Well, you guys, if you brought in a coach in November, they only help you in November and December. All right? So these beginning months are so critical. And guess what? The way to have an awesome January, February, March, April, May is to put in work in October, November, December, you know. Amy Silverman said it best when she said, you guys, I'm not at SC 100 because of the work I put in today or yesterday or last week or last month or last year. She goes, it's the work I put in every single day over the last 5 years. This is a delayed reaction business. The work you put in today, it's not going to pay off tomorrow or next week or next month. It might not even be until a year or 2 or 3 down the road, but it will pay off. So I always say, make sure you're doing the Fantastic 4 daily. If you want to grow your business, do the Fantastic 4. Fantastic 4 are every single day, add people to your network. Every single day, connect with people. Every single day, invite people to something, whether it's to a free group or a challenge group or a sneak peek, invite people to something. And then follow up with people. All right? Do the Fantastic Four daily. You guys, the secret sauce to this business, it's the vital behaviors. All of the things we ask you guys to do to be successful, they are all simple things to do, but they're not easy. It's simple to press play every single day, but it's not easy. It's simple to drink your shake, to read a book, but it's not easy. It's simple to invite, but it's not easy. You guys, successful people just do the basics better. So make sure you are doing those basic building blocks of your vital behaviors. That's the secret sauce. Doing them every single day, being consistent. Melanie Mitchell, the #1 coach in the network, she is the most consistent person on the planet. Oh man, she's the most consistent person on the planet. I loved her talk at Summit when she said, you guys, my topic, being extraordinary, it was hard for me. She goes, because I'm not an extraordinary person. I'm just an ordinary girl who is willing to outwork the competition. The secret sauce, you guys, is in the vital behaviors. Do those, master them. Successful people just do the basics better, all right? Category number 3, and I love that they added this. What we saw is that last year, a lot of coaches were just bringing in coaches like crazy. They were bringing them in right and left and left and right. Guess what? Those coaches were going out just as fast as they were coming in. You guys, customers, your challenge groups, they are the bread and butter of the business. They are what made us so successful, all right? So this is your customer, your person-sponsored customers' personal volume. All right, it's for all those customers you bring in this year, 2017, it's all of their volume. I always say make sure they have an amazing challenge group experience. Make sure they get results. Make sure they have that transformation. Whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, they need to have a transformation, all right? When they have that transformation, they become so passionate about the products and the programs, the accountability and the support groups, they want to shout from the rooftop for everyone to hear that Beachbody changed their life. You guys, when they don't have that transformation, and it gets a little bit hard, or they have a bad day, they're like, oh, peace out, this isn't for me. This isn't for me. But when they do have that transformation, they become so passionate. They become Beachbody for lifers. When you're bringing those coaches really, really, really fast and don't even really care, they become Beachbody for monther, or for 2-monther, or maybe for 3-monther. You guys, you'll just spin your wheels, just bring in the people, and they're going to go out just as fast. So you guys, make them get results, have a transformation. It takes a little bit longer, but you're going to build a house of bricks, not a house of cards. All right? Works the same exact way. For every 500 in CPV, you get 1 elite point. I always say, you guys, if it were a perfect world, then all you'd have to do is bring in 1 coach in January, 1 coach in February, and 2 the rest of the year. Same thing with customers. If it were a perfect world and every customer you brought in stayed, you'd only have to bring in 2 per month. We all know coaches and customers come in and they go out. So if you focus on bringing in at least 3 to 5 every single month, then you will totally be on track to hit Elite Year Premier. All right? Category number 4. This is your advancement team volume, your ATV. All right? You earn 1 elite point for every 10,000 increase in ATV, in advancement team volume. Your ATV is volume 3 levels deep. So it's volume from your personally sponsored coaches, their personally sponsored coaches, and their personally sponsored coaches. All right? It's only volume 3 levels deep. So think of your personally sponsored coaches as your kids, their personally sponsored coaches as your grandkids, and their personally sponsored coaches as your great-grandkids. All right? So just 3 levels deep. Now, guys, say, for example, in 2016, Emily ended with 10,000 ATV. And this year, she has 50,000. You guys, you have to meet whatever volume you had last year, and then for every 10,000 above that, that's where the elite points kick in. So if Emily had 10,000 in ATV on last year, and she went up to 50,000, that means she increased by 40,000. Divide that by 10,000, and you get 4 elite points. All right? You guys, when you get hired on a corporate, it's like the craziest training ever, craziest like couple of months ever. You just like, you're just fire blasted with a fire hose of information. As I'm probably sure you guys felt like you were when you were with, as I'm sure you guys felt like when you were coaches in the very beginning. So you guys, I used to have nightmares about ATV. I have nightmares about like ATV, XYZ, oh my gosh, 3 levels deep, divided by 10,000, kids, grandkids. Bonnie Engel laid it out perfectly when she went to NLC. So NLC, she went to NLC last year, and she was a presenter. She was a 15-star diamond, top 10 coach in the network. And she said, coaches, last year I was in your seat. I was a 2-star diamond at NLC last year. She said, it was the conference that changed my life. If you guys have not gone to that, put it on your vision board and make sure that you guys get it. All right. You want to be there. NLC, New Leadership Conference, will change your business. It'll change your leadership skills. It'll change you. So you guys, she said, I was at NLC last year as a 2-star. She goes, I came away from that weekend and there were so many gold nuggets. There was so much information. There were so many great takeaways. She says, I was overwhelmed. So I just took a second and I stepped back and I thought, okay, what were 4 of the things that every top coach hit on, that every training was about, that corporate always stresses? Like, what were the 4 things? And she goes, these were it. She goes, number 1, hitting Success Club for me is non-negotiable. If I want to grow my team, if I want to grow my volume, my business, it is non-negotiable. Number 2, I need to help my coaches hit Success Club. Number 3, I need to bring in new coaches every single month. And number 4, I need to bring in new customers every single month. You guys, she said she focused on those 4 things, and she went from 2-star diamond to 15-star diamond, elite 10 top coach. Like, holy smokes. She says, I did. Hitting Success Club for me is non-negotiable. Every single month, I hit it. I help my coaches hit it. I bring in new coaches every single month, and I bring in new customers every single month. You guys, when you focus on those 4 things, this ATV, it just happens. It does. It just happens. If you focus on those 4 things, this just happens. You guys, this right here is the 2017 Premier Goal Guide Tracker. What you track, you can impact. What you track goes whack. Jessica Bauer Nielsen did the greatest national wake-up call on tracking. She said, once she started tracking her business, it grew by 300%. You guys, tracking is so important. So important. It's just like your challengers. When they're like, what the crap, Emily? I'm not losing weight. These programs don't work. I'm pushing play every single day. I'm drinking my shake. I'm eating my meal plan. Like, these programs don't work. I have not lost a pound. And Emily says, all right, so you're pushing play every single day. Yeah. I'm sweating out to Jill and Jericho every single day. You're drinking your shake every single day. Yes, I'm drinking my shake every single day. And you're following the meal plan every single day. Yeah. I'm eating my chicken and my broccoli and my brown rice and my sweet potatoes and my healthy fats every single day. And you're tracking with the containers. No, that's too kind of time consuming. That's too much work. Like, I can totally eyeball what a yellow is. And we all know we have way bigger eyeballs for the yellow. I can totally eyeball what a green and a red and a blue is and an orange. Emily says, all right, this week I want you to track. Use the containers faithfully. The next week, this challenger says, oh my gosh, Emily, these programs work. I lost 5 pounds in 1 week. It's because they started tracking. You guys, what you track, you can impact. What you track goes whack. Let me tell you, the funnest call in the whole entire world to make is where I call and say, you are a 2017 elite or premier coach. It's the funnest call in the world to make. Oh my heavens, I was sicker than a dog that day. I was sneezing like 4 or 5 times between each call, blowing my nose, coughing, throat hurt. I was so sick. There was no way in heck I was going to miss that day. It was so much fun to make those calls. Let me tell you, the saddest call in the world to make is the one where they are 1 point away from being elite. They have their star diamond rank. They have their new diamonds, but they have 134 elite points. They don't have 135. Guys, talk about heartbreak hotel. Making those calls were the saddest calls ever. They cried. I cried. It sucked. It sucked so bad. It sucked so bad. Guys, let me tell you how important it is to track. One of my coaches I work with really close, we talked for a month and she said, I just got the elite report. And she said, Lacey, I'm missing 1 elite point. And I said, you are? She goes, yeah. She goes, I tracked this with a fine-tooth comb. I know I'm missing 1 elite point. I said, all right, call in the coach relations. And I said, get it figured out. She goes, okay. Sure enough, she called me back and she says, I was right. I was missing 1 elite point. She said there was some kind of glitch in the system or whatever, and I was missing 1 elite point. You guys, what if some of these coaches who are 5 stars, 10 stars, 15 stars, that had 134 points, what if they really had 135, but because they weren't tracking, they had 134? Because I'm going to stop sharing. You guys, start tracking. It's so important. Just like the containers. Just like the containers. You can't eyeball stuff. You can't guesstimate stuff. You can't like save stuff in your head. Like you got to track. So I want you to print out both the goal guide and the tracker and have them next to each other. So you can kind of see where you should be, and then you can see where you actually are. Okay? Guys, it's so important. And I'm not even kidding you. Heather, Emily, Sharif, that's awesome. Sharif, I love it. Jenna, Caitlin, and whoever is calling on at 7057. Every single one of you guys can be an elite or premier coach. Every single one of you guys. You guys, the whole saying, if not you, who? And if not now, when? Is so true. What the mind can believe, the mind can achieve. This right here is your biggest mountain. It is. It's your biggest mountain. The mind can be the biggest asset, or the mind can be the biggest liability. You guys, that's why I say personal development is so huge. Do personal development with a person, with a purpose. You guys do it with a purpose. So many people can be like, oh yeah, I do my PD every single day. Where you're like, okay, what did you learn today? Just went in one ear and out the other. You guys do it with a purpose. That's why I say Beachbody has it figured out. I'm like, they have it figured out because they get people to change from the inside out. They totally, that physical transformation is just a bonus. It changes what's right here in between these two ears. The most important thing. If not you, who? And if not now, when? Heather, Emily, Sharif, Jenna, Caitlin, 7057. You guys, every single one of you guys can be an elite coach. It is so much fun to make that call. We make it through Zoom, and it's so funny because we make it through Zoom and we want to record their reaction. So we say, you are a 2017 elite or premier coach. And then we do this. We pretend like we're screaming, and then they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then they're all submit. And we're like, sorry, Lisa, don't want the camera to go back onto us because we knew that we'd like drown them out. You guys, that video gives you chills. It makes you want to cry. Like, we're working on the new one this year, the one from last year. Every single time. I'm like, it doesn't matter if I watched it 500 times. I'd cry. I'd get chills. My leg hairs would grow. I have to shave my legs. Like, it's just so awesome because, you guys, we know how hard you work. Being an elite in a premier team and coach, it is not going to happen like this. It's not. You have to work hard. They cry. Their husbands, their boyfriends, their family, their kids cry because they know how hard you work. Because every single one of you can be that coach that gets that call. I want to make that call to every single one of you guys. So you guys, any questions at all? No, I just like went off. I am here to help you grow your team, your volume, your income. I'm here to help you advance. The more we're advancing, the more people we're helping. And you guys, people are so confused nowadays. It's all like, shake this thing and lose weight. Shove your abs and get a six-pack. Take this pill and eat whatever you want. There's so much crap out there that's all these gimmicks and gadgets that it doesn't work. And people are so flipping confused. They're so confused. People need you. They totally do. Carl, I love how he's like, you guys, my dad asked me, son, how does it feel to be, the CEO of a $1.4 billion company? He goes, it sucks. He says, I'm not sure. He says, it sucks. He says, we should be 10 billion. We should be a $10 billion company. He says the obesity rate is going up and up and up and up and up. He says, there are more people we need to be reaching. You guys, he's so awesome. He truly has the most kind, caring heart ever. He truly just wants to help people. He does. I'm behind closed doors. I work at corporate. I know what goes on. We just want to help people get results. Because when they get results and they have that transformation, women get self-love, self-confidence, self-respect. It changes everything about them. They become different moms, wives, girlfriends, daughters, everything. They become totally different because they have self-love again. You guys, that's what we're doing. We're giving people their life back. The physical transformation, that's just a bonus. But when you can see someone smile, my favorite part ever about the transformation is the people's eyes. The light comes back on. You guys, the light comes back on because they have self-love, self-esteem, self-respect, self-confidence. That light is on their eyes. That's my favorite. Like, the Beachbody Challenge winners, my favorite part ever about Summit is like seeing them. All right, this is my first day pushing play. I know it's going to be hard. Push play, and they're sad. And then when they walk out on stage, it's like, boom, there's like fireworks just going. It's like, oh, it's so awesome because they're happy. They love themselves. So you guys, any questions at all? Any questions at all? And if you don't have any right now, but this is kind of like a fire hose too, watch this video again. Ask Emily, ask me. I am here. There's the only dumb question is the one you don't ask. Seriously, ask me anything. The only dumb question is the one you don't ask. I need to take a drink of water.
Well, I appreciate you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. And I mean, I would love to get that call from you guys for next year.
Seriously, I would love to make that call. And you guys, you can't get there without a team. You can't be a premier or an elite coach without an elite and premier team. And I always say, you guys, a lot of the times, the people who got you to where you are right now, they're not going to get to that next step further unless they're willing to run, unless they're willing to change, unless they're willing to work on themselves. Because you guys, it's the personal development. It changes you as a person. And if people aren't willing to go with you and do it, then you got to leave them in the dust. This business, yes, we are all about like bringing people in, like recruiting, if you want to call it. But I hate that word. It puts an icky taste in your mouth. So I always say, write down the word recruiting, cross it out with a big, huge X, and write build relationships of trust. That's what we're doing. We are building relationships of trust with people. Guys, let people know that you care. Let people know that like you love them, that you care about their well-being. When a person knows that you care about them, they will bend over backwards, forwards, sideways, upside down, whatever. And people can tell when you're genuine or not. They can tell when you care. So guys, it's about building relationships of trust, getting people to trust you. Cross out the word recruiting. I hate that word. So you guys, I'm going to push stop recording. I've got my next call to go to in 2 minutes, but you guys, I'm here for you. I'm going to send this recording to Emily. She'll pass it on to you guys, and also the goal guide. So I'm here, and I just want to help you guys grow. I want to make that call to you, Heather, to you, Emily, to you, Cherie, to you, Jenna, to you, Caitlin, and to you, 7057. Who is that calling in anyways?
I'm not sure. I think it might be Taylor. It might not be Taylor. I'm not sure.
I think it's Alicia.
Okay, awesome. Well, you guys, I want to make that call to every single one of you. The whole, if not you, who, and if not now, when, it applies to every single one of you guys. This right here. This will get you there. The mind is the biggest mountain you're going to have to climb. Start climbing it. And it's do personal development with a purpose. Say do it with a purpose. Don't just read a book for because or just because you heard that was good. Do it with a purpose. And Arnold McCaha, he's like over the international. That's what kind of like, which book should I read, Arnold? And he's like, well, what are you working on? And I was like, I don't know, which one is like so great? It's like, what kind of skills do you want to develop? And I was like, oh, so there's a method to this. All right. Guys, do personal development with a purpose. Be you. Everyone else is taken. I love that saying because people are like, just tell me what to do from A to B, from A to Z. Tell me what I need to do. Every single person's journey is different. Every single person. That's why you got to develop this to like know exactly what you need to do. So you guys, be you. Everyone else is taken. Okay, guys, thanks tons for being on the call. You're amazing. You're all beautiful. Thank you for being on, taking time out of your day on a Friday. Seriously, on a Friday. You guys are awesome. Okay, Emily, thanks so much for having me. You're amazing. You guys, you are in the hands of a very awesome, amazing leader. So keep it up. She's as beautiful on the inside as she is on the outside, and that's beautiful. Hey,
Thank you, Lacey.
You're so welcome. Have a good day. I'll start recording and I'll upload it and send it to you, all right?
Awesome. Thank you.